Peppa Pig.
George's new dinosaur. George's favourite toy is Mr. Dinosaur. George loves playing with Mr. Dinosaur in the garden. He loves playing with him at bath time. And he loves going to sleep with Mr. Dinosaur beside him.
Dinosaur.
One day at bedtime, Peppa said,
George, Mr. Dinosaur is broken. Oh.
George was very upset. His dinosaur didn't have a tail anymore. Mummy and Daddy Pig came in to see why George was crying.
Poor George,
Said Daddy Pig.
You have had Mr. Dinosaur a long time.
Said Mummy Pig.
I'm surprised he lasted as long as he did.
Said Daddy Pig.
Maybe it's about time you got a new dinosaur.
Said Mummy Pig.
Yes, we can go to Mr. Fox's shop tomorrow.
Said Daddy Pig. The next day, Peppa, George, Mummy and Daddy Pig visited Mr. Fox's shop.
Mr. Fox's shop sells everything.
Shouted Peppa.
I'm sure we'll find you a lovely new dinosaur here, George.
Said Mummy Pig.
Look, George,
Said Daddy Pig.
a big dinosaur.
Good morning, beamed Mr. Fox. Can I help you?
We'd like the dinosaur in the window, please.
Said Daddy Pig. Good choice, said Mr. Fox. This is the Dino Roar. It roars, it walks, and it sings a dinosaur song.
Dino roar, listen to the dino roar. Roar!
Wow.
Said everyone.
Dino War.
Snorted George.
We'll take it.
Said Daddy Pig.
Roar!
George played with Dino Roar in the garden.
Don't play too roughly with Dino Roar, George. He has moving parts and might get broken.
George was not allowed to play with Dino Roar in the garden anymore. George wanted to play with Dino Roar in the bath.
Dino War.
George, if you get Dino Roar wet, he'll stop working.
Said Mummy Pig. George was not allowed to play with Dino Roar in the bath anymore. At bedtime, George took Dino Roar to bed with him. But suddenly, Dino Roar came to life.
Roar!
George, Dino Roar has woken me up.
Said Peppa.
Maybe Dino Roar should sleep somewhere else.
Said Daddy Pig, taking Dino Roar away. George was not allowed to have Dino Roar in his bed at night anymore. The next day, George was feeling very sad.
Why is George looking so sad?
Said Mummy Pig.
George cannot play with Dino Roar in the garden, in the bath, or in bed.
Said Peppa.
Never mind, George. Dino Roar can still roar.
Said Daddy Pig brightly.
Dino Roar, listen to the Dino Roar. Oh,
Dino Roar stopped walking and talking completely.
I think the batteries must have run out, Daddy Pig.
Said Mummy Pig.
already? How many batteries are in here?
Grumbled Daddy Pig.
Hundreds and thousands.
Cried Peppa as she picked them up. Then Peppa spotted something green under a bush.
What's this?
Said Peppa.
A trumpet? It doesn't work.
That's not a trumpet, Peppa.
Said Mummy Pig.
You found Mr. Dinosaur's tail.
Oh.
Now Daddy Pig can mend him.
Said Mummy Pig.
I'll try. I think it might be quite difficult to mend.
Said Daddy Pig doubtfully.
Oh,
But the tail slipped perfectly into place.
ho, ho! I am a bit of an expert at mending things.
laughed Daddy Pig.
Dinosaur.
Mr. Dinosaur is George's favourite toy in the whole world.
Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig.
The Big Tale of Little Peppa. One day, Peppa's best friend Susie Sheep came to play at Peppa's house.
Hello, Susie.
Said Peppa.
Hello, Peppa. Meh.
Said Susie.
I've got something to show you. Look.
Susie Sheep held up a photograph for Peppa to see.
What is it?
Asked Peppa.
It's a photograph.
Said Susie.
Who do you think it is? It's a baby sheep.
Said Peppa.
It's me. Meh.
Shouted Susie.
You're not a baby.
Said Peppa, shaking her head.
It's an old photo when I was a baby.
Explained Susie.
Don't be silly, Susie.
Said Peppa.
In the olden days, you were a baby too, Peppa.
Said Susie.
No, I wasn't.
Snorted Peppa. She thought Susie was being very silly today.
Yes, you were. Ask your mummy.
Insisted Susie. Peppa and Susie raced inside. Mummy Pig was working on the computer.
Mummy,
Cried Peppa.
Susie is talking nonsense. No, I'm not.
Said Susie crossly.
She said in the olden days I was a baby.
Well, you were, Peppa.
Explained Mummy Pig.
Look, here are some photos on the computer.
Mummy Pig showed Peppa a photo on the computer.
Who do you think that is?
She asked.
It's baby Alexander.
Said Peppa. Peppa thought that the baby looked like her cousin, Alexander.
No, that's you as a baby, Peppa.
Replied Mummy.
Baby Peppa.
Giggled Susie. George and Daddy Pig came in to see what all the giggling was about.
Somebody sounds like they're having fun.
Said Daddy Pig.
Look, Daddy, that's a picture of me as a baby.
Said Peppa.
I remember it well. It was taken on our first day in this house.
Said Daddy Pig.
What do you mean?
Asked Peppa.
When you were little, we moved into this house. We brought all our things on top of our car.
Explained Daddy Pig.
Mummy Pig put some pictures up.
Said Daddy Pig.
Daddy Pig put up a shelf.
Said Mummy Pig.
And Grandpa Pig made us a lovely flower garden.
Continued Mummy Pig. Peppa and Susie went outside to see what Grandpa Pig's lovely flower garden looked like now. It had completely disappeared.
Where's Grandpa's lovely flower garden now?
Asked Peppa.
Daddy Pig looked after it.
Sighed Mummy Pig.
We had the wrong kind of soil for flowers.
Said Daddy Pig.
Oh.
Said Susie and Peppa.
And anyway, you needed somewhere to play.
Explained Daddy Pig.
You and Susie love to play in the garden.
Said Mummy Pig.
Was Susie my friend in the olden days?
Asked Peppa.
Yes, you and Susie have always been best friends.
Smiled Daddy Pig. Peppa wondered what games she played with Susie when they were little.
In the olden days, did Susie and me jump up and down in muddy puddles?
She asked.
No, Peppa. You were babies. You couldn't even walk.
Laughed Mummy Pig.
Oh, what did we do?
Asked Susie.
You cried. You burped. And you laughed.
Susie and Peppa burst out laughing.
Meh, we were babies.
Said Susie.